Let me tell you about.
You did it wrong. You're supposed to say my
That's
name
kind of the
first.
idea right there.
You gotta, hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah, Alex. What's up?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Would you like to explain something to me?
Yeah. You just stop being a total fuckwad and learn how to fight like a man. Come on.
What are you saying to me right now? So,
How's that? Was
I,
that
I,
good
I have
intro?
something to start us off here. Because I want to do more
Yeah.
who would win in a fight. So I want to ask you who would win in a fight, me or you?
Well, first of all, this isn't modesty. It's like a form of modesty. I'm just gonna say this. I would fucking get wrecked in a fight.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't. I wouldn't stand a chance against you in a fight.
I don't mean to brag, but I have mastered the Hungarian crab style of fighting.
I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to brag, but I've mastered how to die. It's very simple. All of your inner workings and organs need to fail, including your brain. And once they all fail, your life has failed.
But what do you know about the Hungarian crab style of fighting?
It's pretty gay.
How is it gay?
Because you get in a crab position. That's what gays get into when they have sex.
Do they really?
Yeah.
But
So
it's
basically,
like,
they stack on top each other in crab position, and then they put their eggs inside of each other.
hold on, let me explain the Hungarian crab fighting style. You gotta grow out your fingernails. You crouch down with your legs spread apart and your arms at head level, and then you grab at them. I think I could beat you with that.
It'll probably take you like 2 decades in order to master that because you need to grow out your fingernails a lot.
Well, I've already
Also,
mastered it. It doesn't take that long to grow out your fingernails long enough.
what if I just like stepped away from the length of your fingernail so that you couldn't catch me?
I'd crab walk over to you.
Okay. So say that it's effective, all right, and then you're starting to defeat me in the. All right, but you forgot my one secret special move.
I thought you didn't have any moves.
No, I got
Because you
one.
said your specialty is dying.
That's it. So once you claw me, I die.
So then I would be the winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
So we need to think of another combo who would win in a fight.
I know who would win in a fight.
The sun or the moon?
The fucking sun. It's like huge.
But it's so far away. How's it gonna beat us?
Well, then they're not gonna get in a fight. Then they're so far away. How are they even gonna get in a fight?
Didn't you know that the moon's made out of cheese?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, if you know one thing about cheese, it's that it can never burn. It can melt, but it can never burn up.
Did you know the sun is actually made out of tiny light bulbs? And I know one thing about light bulbs: they never burn out. They can dim, but they can never burn out.
Yeah, but the cheese can cover the light bulbs and make it so you can't see out of them anymore.
Well, then I'll have grilled cheese light bulbs, right?
I'm trying to think how could the... But the moon shoots lasers.
Fuck the moon. The moon can suck my dick. I don't need to get on top of that. It can get on top of me. Actually, wait, go vice versa. Sorry, I made a gay moon joke. You guys like gay moon
Yeah,
jokes?
it was a real funny joke.
Yeah, here's another funny joke. Why did the toddler drive?
Why?
So he could find his parents. You're expecting a punchline, right?
No.
There's no punchline.
I got what I expected out of that joke. I got exactly what I thought I would get.
Okay, here's another joke. It's gonna be a good one. Hold on to your ass. So why did the robber rob the bank?
Why?
Because he was caught beating an egg.
Oh. I'm trying to think of good combos for who would win in a fight. Oh, here's a good... I got a good one. Who would win in a fight? The chicken or the egg.
Well, chickens have claws. They could just claw the egg and turn it into egg yolk.
But what if it's a very small chicken and a very big ostrich egg?
Okay. If it was like a giant, like say an ostrich egg against like a chick.
Well, not against a chick, but like a smaller chicken.
Okay.
Like a teenage chicken.
A teenage chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, so his powers. So since teenagers cut themselves, he'll use his razor blades and cut into the egg. Right.
But do you like the egg? It's so thick and so heavy. How would he ever defeat it? Like he'll try, and the chick will try and will never succeed until the ostrich hatches. And when it hatches, it's done deal.
He'll just lick it until he gets to the center.
But it's done deal as soon as the ostrich hatches.
After taxes?
Because then the ostrich will grow up to a giant abomination of a bird and kill the chicken.
I love ostriches. Ostriches. Try saying ostrich.
The chicken won't be able to get into the egg, and then the egg will hatch. And then the ostrich will win. So I guess technically it's not the egg winning, but the chicken is still losing.
Whatever. You know what?
But you know what we can transition into? You said that teens like to cut themselves. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There are many benefits to killing yourself. Which one is your favorite? What is the best benefit of committing suicide?
You don't have to hear your mom crying at your corpse.
I think you can. I think you can get more sadistic with it.
My gosh.
Because I like that you can traumatize whoever finds your body. Like imagine you kill yourself by like in the most gruesome way possible. Then whoever finds your body, they're probably gonna throw up. They're probably gonna have to go to counseling.
So I get into a pillow fight. And I get knocked down pretty hard, all feathers flying everywhere. Someone finds me laying dead.
Well, I'm not talking about the best way to commit suicide. That can be next. But I'm talking about the benefits of killing yourself. Because there are benefits. There's more benefits than disadvantages.
Let's change the subject. I don't like this.
This is what we're debating here.
No, fuck that. I'm not going to talk about the best benefits of killing yourself.
Why?
I'm going to talk about why 2D is better than 3D.
But we have something good going here.
All
right. What else can we move on to then?
No. 2D is better than 3D. Admit it.
It is. There's no debate there. Yes. That's why I said we got to move on from that.
Why would I want real life chicks when I can get the best anime girls? You know what they can do for me? They can cook my breakfast, become my waifu, and they can tell me jokes. You know what a real girl can do?
Any of those.
That's right. And that's the best way to kill yourself. With 2D love.
Who is the best waifu?
I was thinking Homer Simpson is my best waifu.
That's not an anime.
It is if you look closely. You can see the Japanese influence.
Now I'm thinking of the most well-known anime in the world right now. And people know about this anime without even knowing what anime is. And you know what that is? Cory in the House. Now, you remember the little girl from Cory in the House? It was like Sophie, right?
Oh my gosh.
Look, I need you to look up on Google Images right now. Sophie Martinez.
Nope, I'm not doing that.
That is the top tier anime waifu.
You know, I'm going to post a picture of my hairline. There it is. There you go.
Okay. Well, you shot down my greatest idea for the topic.
Do you like the non sequiturs we're freaking adding to each other? I like them. I also like how my hairline's really short.
Alright, if you don't want to debate the best reasons to commit suicide, let's debate the best way to commit suicide. There are a lot of ways to end your own life, but which one is the best? Is it hanging yourself? Do you shoot yourself? Do you shoot yourself in the head? What's the best method? I would argue that it's lighting yourself on fire. Because think about it, when you light yourself on fire, not only do you burn to death, but you can also suffocate on the smoke. And add that on top of like jumping off of a building, shoot yourself in the heart beforehand, tie a noose, a chain noose around your neck and hang yourself at the same time. You just combined 5 lethal suicide methods.
And then you wear a T-shirt that says Ben Carson 2016.
Yeah. So the ultimate suicide method is confirmed to be jumping off of a building with a chain tied around your neck after shooting yourself in the chest and lighting yourself on fire.
Okay, but I think like after you shoot your chest, you start regretting it.
Well, there's no returning after that though. So you gotta follow through with it. You douse yourself in gasoline, put the chain around your neck at the top of a building. It's obviously the chain will be tied down somewhere so it actually hangs you. And then you light a match, shoot yourself in the chest as you ignite the jet fuel that you poured all over yourself, and fall backwards off of the building.
Yeah, I'll just fall backwards on the building. That's good.
Because think about it, if one of the method fails, you have 1,000 other ways that it can go right. Or wrong, depending on how you see it. Imagine the chain snaps, okay? Imagine the chain snaps. You jumped off of a 10-story building. You're going to hit the ground. Imagine the gunshot doesn't kill you, you lit yourself on fire, and you jumped off of a building. Imagine the fall wasn't enough to kill you, well, you shot yourself in the chest and lit yourself on fire. And obviously, if the chain broke, it had to do some type of damage to your throat before it broke.
I don't know. I wouldn't have the desire to do that. That's how Sky High should have ended. You watched Sky High?
That is how Sky High should have ended.
Come on, have you watched Sky High recently?
Not recently, no.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch
Come on, it's
it.
like
It's the best movie
it's
ever.
like one of the best Disney Channel original movies ever.
Are you a sidekick though?
Sky High is fucking great.
Well,
It is like it's a terrible production, don't get me wrong, and I think that's what makes it magical. So basically, I was at a friend's house. Yeah, and he was like, I suggested like to him months ago, and we only got to do it recently. I was like, hey, we gotta watch Sky High, and he was like, why are we watching Sky High? I was like, because it's gonna be great. Because like I know the production's not gonna seem as great as it was when I was like 3 years old when I fucking watched it. I don't know how old I
back in
was.
like 2006 or something when it came out. Or did it come out before that? When did it come out?
It came out like in the early mid 2000s.
Yeah, 2005.
It was like one of those it's like one of those high school teen movies. Like it's like demonstrating like coming of age, like oh he's a superhero now. He's grown up now. Basically, let me give you a summary of the movie. And let me try not spoiling the movie. I'm not sure why anybody would want to watch it, but I'll try
It's
not
a good
to spoil
movie,
it.
dude.
It's a good movie. That's right. I won't spoil anything then. Okay. So we got this guy named Will Stronghold. In the beginning of the movie, he doesn't have any powers. Well, there's a spoil right there. I just said that he won't have any powers. Well, he will have powers. Fucking okay. Anyways, so this guy named Will Stronghold, he's a son of a famous superhero duo. He's famous. He's a son of two superhero parents named fucking the Commander and this bitch. I can't remember the other one. Anyways, he's the son of these two superhero parents, and their parents are the best known superheroes in the world.
Yep.
And they're expecting their son to perform greatness. And it's like basically opens up with him like lifting 500-pound weights, and he's pretending to do that. He's like, oh dad, look, I'm bench pressing this much weight. He's like, oh, I'm proud of you, son. You're gonna be a great stronghold. And he fucking shuts the door. So also coincidentally, this happens to be his first day at Sky High, which is a superhero high school.
Yeah.
And one of the guys from Broken Lizard's the bus driver, but I'm not gonna delve into that too much. Delve, whatever. And I think the funniest part of the movie is not that it's not cheap production. Its cheap production actually does make it funny. I think the funniest part is the fucking the kill count of students that get murdered like during the school year. So basically, like you'd see people getting frozen to death, like they'd shoot like a freeze ray at them, and then they'd get fucking in a block of ice, and then they just stand there for like weeks at a time, like they're probably dead at that point because your body can't like survive in ice. It can't survive in ice that long.
Because it's a freeze ray. It's not normal ice.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Come on. You gotta think about it logically. I mean, what? I mean, you shoot a freeze ray at somebody, they're gonna freeze to death. They're in a block of ice.
I
All right.
mean,
So,
it's
anyways,
possible.
he goes to Sky High. He meets these kids with all other superhero powers. We got I don't know. We got the goth girl. We got the nerdy black kid, and we got the kid, the white kid who thinks he's really cold, but he's really ain't. And I think there was one other. There's one that's like she's a pacifist and she wants to take care of the trees. She
You're
has
really
tree
dragging this
powers
on.
and some shit.
No one cares.
Huh?
I don't think anyone cares about
No,
Sky
it's
High
really
or the
important. I gotta
plot.
talk about the plot of Sky High. It's really fucking important.
Oh, but you won't let me. You won't let me talk about the things I want to talk about here.
You want to talk about Sky High? Go ahead. Talk about Sky High.
No, I wanted to talk about the best reasons to commit suicide and the best ways to commit suicide, and you shot it down.
No, see, you talked about like jumping off a cliff, jumping off a building, and then like landing on the concrete if the chain snapped.
Yeah, I combined like four very lethal suicide methods.
It reminded me of the climax from Sky High, where um basically Will is like holding the bottom of the skull, which is floating in the air. I don't even know how the fuck that works. But he's floating. He's holding the skull, which was floating in the air, and it's like falling down, and he's trying to lift it back up. And basically, Tom Kenny and the girl who plays Sandy just witnessed their house almost get crushed by Will and the skull. And so he's able to lift it back up. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, I'm just lifting this skull by." And he just lifts it fucking back up. And that's the end of the movie. Oh, and also he kisses the girl.
But would you be a sidekick or a superhero?
That's what they talk about in the movie. They assign like the students are like in a gymnasium. They're like, "Okay, look, I'm gonna assign you either a superhero or a sidekick.
Yeah,
We
if their
can't
power
change
was
that."
garbage, they would become a sidekick.
Yeah, that's what happened. So the fucking nerdy black kid turned into like a puddle of himself, and the
Hmm.
guy's like, "Oh, are you gonna slip me to death or something?" And he's like, "Sidekick."
But then he actually did slip someone to death in the movie near the
He
climax.
did. The guy, yeah, the bully who runs very fast was slipped on him.
Yeah, the good baddie.
Yeah,
The goodie bag baddie.
want to say that again, buddy?
The goodie bag baddie.
What the fuck? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying it as clearly as I can. The goodie bag baddie.
What's that?
That's what I'm calling them.
They're not called that, you fucktard.
But that's what I
They're
am
based. They're the
calling them.
bullies. They're the bullies that turn evil at the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's why he's called the
Even though
baddie.
you know from
That's
the
why you add the
beginning,
baddie
once
on the
upon
end.
seeing them, you know that once you see them, they're gonna be like the bad guys. You're like the rising action of the movie, near the climax. And the
Okay.
stupidest fucking thing that happens in Sky High, well, this shit fest occurs where everybody gets turned into babies. And so the teens are left trying to save their now younger than them parents and try to stop the supervillain from taking over the world with because her plans like she turns them into babies and then she raises them to turn into supervillains. And I was thinking, why don't you just kill them? Like you could just become the sole supervillain of the world. There will be no superheroes. You could just kill them right now. And she doesn't fucking do that. Like, why do you need a whole race of supervillains when you need just one? Looks like you're doing great on your own. What the fuck do you need them for? That's a stupid fucking movie. I'm sorry I had to go on a tangent about this for 10 minutes, but it just grinds my gears.
I zoned out for half of it, so it doesn't matter. When you just kept going, I
By the
just
way,
gave up
best
on it.
movie ever made.
So I'm gonna steal from your
Okay.
notes because this will
No,
transition into something I wanted to talk about.
which by the way, I don't even know how the supervillain network's connected because like it's like as if she had to ask one of the students, "Hey, are you a supervillain?" And they were like, "Oh yeah." And then she was like, okay, well, join me. And
And
then
then together we could destroy this skull, and I could turn all the super. This is the dumbest fucking evil, like, supervillain plan ever. She gets the ray. It's called the pacifier. Basically, the commander, like, trying to confront her, like, is the first victim of the pacifier. He's like, oh, what are you gonna? He's like, well, you can't kill the commander with that. You can't kill him with a gun. He's like, I don't plan to kill you, and then shoots him, and then turns him into a baby.
and still this shit fest occurs where everybody gets turned into babies. And so the teens are left trying to save their now younger than them parents and try to stop the supervillain from taking over the world with because her plan's like she turns them into babies and then she raises them to turn into supervillains. And I was thinking, why don't you just kill them? Like you could just become the sole supervillain of the world. There will be no superheroes. You could just kill them right now. And she doesn't fucking do that. Like, why do you need a whole race of supervillains when you need just one? Looks like you're doing great on your own. What the fuck do you need them for? That's a stupid fucking movie. I'm sorry I had to go on a tangent about this for 10 minutes, but it just grinds my gears. By the way, best movie ever made.
What do you do when you see a suicide bomber? What would you do when you saw a suicide bomber?
I would say I'd tap him on the shoulder and go like, "Hey, you're not supposed to do that, bud." Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
You wouldn't try to disarm him at all?
No, I wouldn't.
You gotta take him down. You gotta take all his
No,
clothes
I'm not
off.
gonna fucking take him. You know what I would do? I would just lay on the floor.
You have to tackle the moderate Muslim to the ground and take off his clothes to make sure he doesn't have a
No
bomb.
one said he was a fucking Muslim.
He's
I'm
a
just saying
moderate
he's
though.
just a moderate. No one ever said he was like anything. He's
But
just
I'm
a
assuming
generic.
I'm assuming he's like an
I'm not
ISIS
assuming.
suicide bomber.
Oh, so he's a part of ISIS now.
Yeah. Because we all know we know that ISIS suicide bombs. Why can we not make him an ISIS soldier?
Okay, so you're telling me. So what would you do then? What would you do when you see a suicide bomber?
Well, I mean, it depends. Is he part of ISIS?
Okay, I'm the suicide bomber. You're you.
Are you part of ISIS?
Okay, in
Are you
this
part of
scenario, I
CNN?
am part of ISIS.
No. Are
In
you
this
part of
scenario.
CNN? Do you work for CNN?
I used to a long time ago.
Then you
Big
are ISIS.
problem.
CNN is ISIS. Alex Jones told me so.
Okay, let's make a scenario here.
Okay.
I'm the suicide bomber, and you're you. All right, let's do this.
There's a very simple
Okay.
solution to stop a suicide bomber. All I have to do is
up.
stab you in the head before
I'm
you
gonna blow
blow
up
up.
this cafe. You're gonna fucking die, Kicho. Oh,
If I kill you, then you can't blow up. You can't detonate yourself if you're dead.
Shut the fuck. Get back on the ground, you piece of shit.
No.
Yes.
I don't take orders from homosexuals.
Okay, click. All right, there.
But you see, I can't
That's over.
act out me
Nope.
stabbing you in the head in a
Oh my
voice chat.
gosh. Like, once he reveals he's a suicide bomber, he's just gonna click the button and then kill everybody.
Not if you kill
He's not
him
just
fast
gonna wait a
enough.
moment and go like, well, hold on, everybody. Just so you know, I'm gonna kill every one of you.
All right, let me tell you something.
Button.
If you're in the Middle East and you see someone wearing a very baggy overcoat, assume they're a suicide bomber. If you're like in Syria
They don't
or
wear
Iraq,
baggy overcoats. They wear like long freaking robes. When do you see someone in like the Middle East wear an Inspector Gadget style piece of clothing? Never.
I'm not saying they have like an actual overcoat. I'm not saying they have an actual overcoat. You know what I mean.
My gosh. So you're telling me like they're wearing like a Marty McFly vest to cover their bomb?
Well, they're not gonna have the bomb out in the open, are they?
Doc, why do I have this suicide bomb on my chest? Oh, don't worry, Marty. We're gonna kill those dirty. We're gonna kill those dirty
Americans.
Yeah, we're gonna kill those dirty Americans, Marty. Doc, I don't think this is a good idea. Doc, I think this is terrorism. No, it's not terrorism. It's revolution. Come on, we gotta do it. Doc, this is a terrible idea. Please, no.
It's not terrorism, it's revolution.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's what Antifa said. It's not terrorism when they break in store windows or fucking hit people in the head with locks. It's just the revolution.
Oh, so you're talking about the fucking bike lock guy from Anti-Fay.
Yeah. Just the stuff they
like
do. It's not terrorism.
If Christopher Lloyd walked up to you and said, "Hey, we're gonna suicide bomb that orphanage over there. What are you gonna do about it?"
That's a tough one.
Can't catch me. No. Well, runs away. You gotta try catching him. What do you do?
I mean, why would I stop him?
Because he's gonna bomb an orphanage.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
It depends on where it's at.
Okay. How about in your backyard? There's an orphanage.
Give me the
backyard.
demographics of the children. Not the demographics, but the
They're all white. Okay.
They're all white. In what country? And what age group?
America.
And what gender?
18.
What gender and what sex?
Well,
where do they stand? Where are they on the political compass?
How are you going to get all this information from just like saying orphans?
Well, because if they're not exactly like me, then I don't want to save them. If they're not exactly like me, then I don't want to save them.
It's like the most ignorant thing I've heard today.
Is that ignorant or is it arrogant?
They're not me, therefore it's no problem for me.
That's basically true. If it doesn't relate to you in any way.
So you wouldn't save a black queer Muslim from like getting killed. Never mind.
Well, in my meme society, I wouldn't. In reality, I'd probably save anyone who was about to get killed if I could. Well, not anyone, but just like if it's a random person, sure, I'll try. I'm not going to put myself in danger to try to save you, though. Like I just said, if you're not involved, then why should you worry about it? If it doesn't directly affect you, or at least like affect you in some way.
He walks up to you and says, "I'm gonna bomb this orphanage," like he's expecting you to stop him.
Okay, then I'll just call the police or something. Like, hey, this crazy old guy just told me he's gonna go blow up an orphanage. Yeah, come over here real quick.
Okay, good. So the police showed up in like 15 minutes, 14 minutes too late. And Christopher Lloyd is dead.
I mean, the ambulance and fire trucks will show up too. Like I said, it's none of my business, basically. It's not my business.
It's like, look, Christopher Lloyd, famous actor from Back to the Future who played Doc Brown. You can do whatever you want. You can kill these children. It's your life, not mine.
Well, I mean, it doesn't affect me, though. How does that affect me?
Because he's walking up to you and saying he's gonna kill the children.
But it's none of my business.
It is your business. He
How?
said, "Hey, try stopping me. I'm gonna walk up to this orphanage."
I don't care enough. I'm probably on my way to school or work
Yeah,
or to
try
get
telling
food.
him that, like, "Oh, I don't care. You're gonna kill these kids." He'll be like, "Oh, okay." And he just walks up and kills them.
I really don't, though. That's the thing. It doesn't involve me. The only way I'm involved is that he wants to involve me.
And see anybody having this conversation. Christopher will be like, "I'm gonna walk up to you and tell you that I'm gonna bomb this orphanage, and no one's gonna believe you." He just walks away. He kills people.
I mean, it's not like it relates to me, though. Like, who do I know that's in the orphanage? Or why should I care about any of them? They're not involved.
In the orphanage, bombing children.
I mean, that's what he wants to do, though.
Yes.
Who am I to get in the way of what he wants to do? Who am I to interrupt that fate that is him blowing up children?
Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. He walks up and says "Bazinga" and he disarms the bomb. Everybody claps. It's good.
But think about it this way. I risk my life possibly getting myself blown up to save children with no families that I don't even know, that I wouldn't care about. Why would I do that? Why would I risk dying to save people I don't
fine.
know?
If you want to see your brother
That's
in the
my whole
orphanage
thing.
die, I guess
That's my whole thing about it. Like, I would try to save someone, like, or just a random person on the street if they're about to die, if it wouldn't directly put me in danger of death.
Wow.
But if I can get blown up trying to save kids I don't know and don't care about, why would I do that?
I see what you mean.
I mean, what would you do?
I guess I guess I would I guess I'd just sit down and watch the new episode of Big Bang Theory and start laughing at every joke they throw at me.
Now,
So
we got off track. We got off track with the suicide bombing.
No, we're not on.
No, because I wanted to bring it a certain direction. Now, where I wanted to bring it was we debate about the best part of Sharia law. What's your favorite part of Sharia law?
I want to talk about the Big Bang Theory.
But I literally planned this out so that we could transition into this. It makes more sense to go to the Sharia law thing since we were just talking about suicide bombers.
We'll talk about it.
What's your favorite part of Sharia law?
My favorite part is to get into any home, you have to knock 9 times. Once you have to knock 3 times, and you have to shout the Islamic word, penny. You have to knock another 3 times, knock and say penny, and then knock another 3 times and say penny. And then you're allowed into everybody's home.
I'm gonna just completely ignore what you just said because you're memeing me right now. One of my favorite parts of Sharia law is that it stands for equality for women's rights. All right. If you get raped, if you bring them to court, your word means half as much as a man.
I mean, that's...
In court, a woman's word is worth half as much of a man. That's equality right there. Give a round of applause for Sharia law.
Okay, so here's another part of Sharia law I like.
Yeah.
In order, getting ahead of myself.
What about getting your hands chopped off if you steal a pie?
If you name your child Sheldon, you have to say Bazinga on his birthday. Bazinga.
And you know, if you suicide bomb and you don't convert to Islam first, why would you do that? Because you get virgins in heaven.
Yeah.
If you die in jihad.
Who won one virgins? You get tight holes. You get tight holes like 72 times. 144 if you use another one. And 196 if you use 3. Think about it.
I don't know where those numbers are coming from, but...
Okay, 1's in the vagina, 2's in the anus, and 3's in the mouth.
I got you. But, I mean, that's another great part of Sharia law.
Virgin anal sex.
What else is
72 times.
What else?
You also get 28 boys. You get 28 prepubescent boys.
I'm googling best parts of Sharia law.
Type in 28 prepubescent boys in the Quran.
Huh? I don't know about the Quran. I just want to know about. We're not onto that right now.
Come on, man.
Yep. I like this part. I liked this part. Theft is punishable by amputation of the hands. That makes sense.
Death?
Or theft.
So you're telling me
theft is punishable by amputation of the hands. And then this link has a graphic image.
Is it like a surgical operation? Like
they
put me on an anesthetic?
They chop off your hand if you steal something. If you get caught stealing something.
They just put my hands on a mini guillotine. They just slice it off into like a hand woven basket.
Or here's another part of Sharia law, which probably explains the refugee rape crisis going on in Europe. Muslim men have
There's no
sexual
crisis.
rights
It's
to
called
any
American.
woman or girl not wearing hijab. I like that part.
They shouldn't wear hijabs. They should free the nipple.
But this is the part I like about Sharia law. But what are you saying about free the nipple?
It's on our notes. We can just free the nipple. Because there's feminists out there that say, why have women wear tops? Why have them wear bras? Why want to walk around on the city streets wearing nothing but my tits?
Okay.
And honestly, I don't see a problem with that. If you want to show your tits to the world, that's fine. Why would you have a problem
But
with
when
that? Are
they
you
do
gay?
that, if it is my wife, I can beat her for it under Sharia law. That's another great thing. And I can find a good thing about any situation through Sharia law.
You know what it says in Sharia law?
What? What?
Free the nipple.
I think it says pretty much the opposite of that. In that you
No,
can
it
be
says free
raped
the
if you're
nipple.
not wearing a hijab.
If you don't free the nipple, your nipples are gonna get chopped off. Haven't you ever fred the nipple?
What? No.
Freed the nipple. So what we're talking about here now is freeing the nipple.
Why? What is there to
Do you
talk
think women?
about that? What is there to say about that?
Do you think women should free the nipple?
Sure. If they want to, go ahead. I don't care.
Okay.
It's another issue I don't care about. Like, it's not a big deal at all.
All right. Look, I have a homework assignment for you.
What?
I want you to, by tomorrow, write a 800-word essay on what not to do at a stoplight.
I have no idea what not to do at a stoplight, though.
Oh, come on. It's very simple. I mean, we got classic examples like making a sandwich, calling your friends, talking to the mailman, karate chopping the TV. Come on, those are easy things on what not to do at a stoplight. Come on, name an example of what not to do at a stoplight. I'll give you time.
The
All right, break
I
time.
can't
I'm
think of
gonna
anything else. Hold on, I think the mailman's at the door. Hold on.
Okay, I'll wait.
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta go get the mailman.
Briar Pumpernickel.
What?
What?
What are you saying about the? Oh yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I should grab a snack. Hold on, I got some peanuts. I got some peanuts right here. You hear that?
Hey, can you give me some?
Sure. They're pretty old though. I don't even know how long these have been on that table. Can nuts go bad though?
Can nuts go bad?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm gonna go look that up. Peanuts are legumes, so I wouldn't qualify them as a nut.
Cocktail peanuts with sea salt. They're southern.
Well, I think sea salt might preserve them.
Nice. Huh?
I think salt might preserve them.
Who knows, dude? They tasted all right.
Unopened peanuts expire in 1 to 2 years, and opened peanuts last 1 to 2 weeks in an airtight container.
Oh, well then those are probably done. So they've been there for like a month. Not a month.
I heard if you eat expired peanuts, you actually turn into a peanut.
Oh shit, dude. I hope I don't turn into a peanut.
You're gonna turn into Jimmy Carter.
Damn.
Oh fuck! I think I have that picture. Jimmy Carter is a peanut. Actually, I don't know.
Hold on, because
That's a fucking picture of
I
Jimmy
have
Carter.
another thing to talk about real quick.
Alright, but I was
Do you
just gonna talk about the friggin' what?
Hold on, go on. What were you saying? I'll let you finish.
Well, let's talk about Jimmy Carter is a peanut, and it said the caption read, "I keep screaming, but God won't answer." This is it's amazing.
All right. Well, aside from that, do you ever get emails or messages maybe on like Kick or other apps, social media from bots? Do you ever get messaged by a bot?
Yeah.
Now, do you respond to the bots?
No.
Why not?
Because they're not real people.
I'll have you know that I respond to... I actually did it this morning. I, as a matter of fact, do respond to the bots.
Why?
Because it's funny. Alright, let me read you part of this. Where was it? Hold on. Let me scroll up a little bit. Maybe it was down. Where was it? Right here, alright. So the bot was saying, like, it said, like, they asked me what I'm up to, and I sent a picture of Wooks, and I said, LOL. And they said, I'm just enjoying my summer break. Loving it, LOL. I'm still in college right now, so now I'm still in college right now, so now I was really enjoying the time off with my friends, you know? And I said, no. They said, LOL, well, I have an idea if you're up for a little fun. And I said, no, I hate pleasure. And then they advertised their campsite.
Someone should make a campsite about specifically saying hello.
Isn't that called You Now?
What's You Now?
Oh.
I never heard of You Now. What is You Now?
Oh, I could clear up some misconceptions about Elliot Rodgers after you made that video.
I know Elliot Rodgers wasn't a school shooter.
I met Elliot
He was a
Rodger.
beautiful hunk, so.
So, you said about my channel that you memed that my viewers are infatuated by school shooters. Elliot Rodger technically was not a school shooter, but I do want to talk about Elliot Rodger. Do you know?
Go ahead, talk about.
Do you know?
I talked about Sky High for 10 minutes. You can talk about fucking Elliot Rodger for an hour. I don't give a shit.
Do you know why he did what he did?
Because girls just want to have fun. Is it because girls just didn't like him?
Sort of. It was because he had this whole thing about how no girl would like go out with him, and how like he's always rejected. But the thing is, Elliot Rodger. All right, listen. Elliot Rodger never once asked a girl out, but he killed 6 people because he kept getting rejected. Do you see the flaw in his logic there?
How can you get rejected if you're never asked?
Yeah, that's the flaw in his logic. Because he had this.
Wait, how do people know he never asked?
Because he wrote a manifesto that's like 190 pages long.
Did someone publish it yet?
You can read it, and I'm going to read it. I'm making an audiobook of it.
Yeah, I saw your Mr. Krabs ASMR video of it.
He killed 6 people because he assumed that he would get rejected if he asked a girl out. Let's just have a moment of silence for our Lord and Savior Elliot Rodger. Or Elliot Rodger. We gotta have a moment of silence for Elliot Rodger. Come on. It's Elliot Rodger, man. What are you laughing at?
Oh, fuck. You had to ask twice for a moment of silence after I fucking made a bunch of autistic construction noises.
Yeah, because it's Elliot Rodger, dude.
But don't worry, Elliot Rodger's version 2 will come soon.
We can go over that in the next episode.
Do we act differently when we're recorded?
Not really.
Are you sure?
I mean, I try to cut you off less often, so that I don't have to edit it as much. That's about it.
I think like how we act differently is what you find is different about our actions, like apart from our real life conversations, is just subjective.
I mean, it's just like we talk about different shit.
I think the thing that sets it aside is that we have like a bunch of predetermined topics that we want to discuss.
Yeah, and then you don't want to talk about my saving grace one that would have actually made this entertaining, because we could have talked about the benefits of suicide, man, and you didn't want to.
That's because suicide is the topic that only goes like on for so long. Like it's simply you just killing yourself.
But there's so many benefits.
Name one benefit from killing yourself?
I did name one earlier, and there's plenty more. You can traumatize whoever finds your body.
All right.
You can do anything. You can do anything you want right before you kill yourself, because you won't have to suffer the consequences.
You could blow up a car.
Yeah, you could kill thousands of people if you did it right.
You could light your truck on fire with your dog inside, and then hop out and then shoot yourself in the head with a gun.
Now, I heard a tip, actually, and this is a legitimate tip for mass murderers, so take it with a grain of salt and take it as a meme. I'm going to pretend that it's a meme, but I heard this on YouTube. It was on the Monkey Jones channel. All right. And he gave this tip for any mass murderer. Instead of acting on emotion, because a lot of these mass murderers fail and only kill a few people because they let their rage and emotion get the better of them, you have to act logically and efficiently. Like you can't sit there and stab someone like 80 times before moving on to your next victim. You got to act quickly, logically, and efficiently. And if you play RuneScape, you know all about macro efficiency, because you get made fun of if you're not doing the most efficient things possible. So basically, if you're gonna murder lots of people, you need to do it in the most efficient way possible, and not waste any time, not waste any energy. Maybe take some Adderall or other amphetamines.
All right. I think that's pretty beneficial.
It's a pretty good tip. Because if you act off your rage and you're killing someone that you really hate, and you keep stabbing them like 50 times, you don't need to stab them 50 times. You need to stab them like 3 times once. In the fucking throat, and then move on to your next victim. Or you just
you don't need like a kitchen spoon and scoop out their eyes and say "fuck you" like 6 times at them.
Instead of just spraying into the crowd wildly, you actually take aim with your assault rifle as you shoot up the Pulse nightclub.
Yeah,
or any other nightclub, gay or straight, it doesn't matter.
Nightclub, that is.
Just any nightclub.
I'm just gonna.
Hey, I gave a legitimate tip.
I think I want to start talking about my Canada story, and it's a really good Canada story.
Tell me about the tall boy, and how he wasn't as tall as me.
The tall boy came from this place called Zeus, Zoos. It's also called Safari Niagara. I'm not sure if they're actually the same place. They probably are. Africa. I think you're looking at my camera roll helped me memorize some events that occurred. So on day 1, we drove 6 hours and some minutes from my home in Pennsylvania to Ontario.
It's only a 6-hour drive for you to get to Ontario?
Yeah.
When we drove to Ontario for like a hockey tournament a long time ago for my brother's hockey tournament, it was like, I don't even remember how long. It was more than 12 hours though, I'm pretty sure.
Well, Illinois is a ways from Ontario.
Yeah. But you're lucky that you can only have to drive 6 hours.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it took me like 14 hours to get to fucking Florida for Disney World. But
It took us.
we're
It
not
took us a
fucking
long
doing it
time to get
over.
around there too. Takes us a long time too.
Yeah. So on our trip, which took 6 hours, yeah, we went across a bridge and we saw these three flags. One was the U.S. flag. We were on that side, and one was the. I just posted a picture of it. One was the U.S. flag. One was the UN flag, which was in the middle. And one was the Canadian flag when we drove past last. And we went up to the gate, and this guy was like, and the guy from Canada Customs was like, "You carrying anything illegal or some shit?" And he's like, "No." And we're like, "Okay, welcome to Canada." And then we went past.
Did they search your shit or no?
No. Yeah, like the only thing he asked was like, "Are you carrying any like weapons or firearms?" And we said no.
Yeah, but how did he know you were telling the truth? Because they didn't check us either. They
Do
asked
we?
the same question. They didn't check
My
us.
family does
And
not
then,
look like a bunch of fucking mass murderers.
but yeah, like that's irrelevant because you could
Sure
have
it is.
like weapons. What counts as a weapon? Does like a
I
knife
guess
count as a weapon? Could just like
a pickle
an
jar could be
ordinary
a
knife
weapon.
count as a weapon?
Well, I mean, if you kill someone with it, I guess is a weapon.
But would they confiscate that from you? If you were
You
just
could
bringing
hide
like an
it.
ordinary like Swiss Army knife or something, would they confiscate that?
I guess they could. I don't think Swiss Army knives are. They might be illegal in some jurisdictions,
Well, you probably can't
but
bring
that's
it
not what
into
I'm
like a
talking.
school or something.
I'm not
You
okay.
can't bring it into
I'm
a
no,
kindergarten
that's like
classroom.
drifting too far. I'm not trying to talk about borders and customs. I'm trying to talk about my trip to Canada.
All right, go on.
So on my first day, we went into our hotel. Yeah, I was in Niagara Falls. I think it's the Ramada. We
Ooh,
went there, but
the Ramada.
is it Ramada or Ramada?
I'm pretty sure it's Ramada, but I call it Ramada, and it's a meme with me and my cousin.
Okay, so we went to the Ramada, and our first day we went to Niagara Falls. We we saw like, oh yeah, there was the American Falls over there, but then we just took a little gaze at the Horseshoe
Hold on, let me
Falls.
interrupt you again. When you were at Niagara Falls, did you think about how many paper towels it would take to suck it up?
No, I did not think about that.
I know you did.
I actually did not. No, I actually did not.
I know
I
you
was really
remembered our
focused on.
conversation. I know you
I
remembered our
remember it
conversation,
now.
Alex.
I didn't remember it when I was there. I was just focused on, wow, look, it's Niagara Falls. I even said in the last episode I would not think about how many paper towels it would take when I get there, and I actually did not. So I was right.
Hey,
If I did, it was probably only like a millisecond of thought, and I was like, ugh. So that was our first day. There was a fucking gift shop right next to Niagara Falls.
yeah, I know, I've been there.
Yeah, is it a? I didn't think it was a good gift shop.
It was
I mean, for
alright.
something that's like next to a natural landmark, you think it would be better shit there.
They have
All
some
right, so
cool stuff at gift
that's
shops.
uninteresting. That's only the first day. Second day, uh, I went to. Fuck, let me look at my camera roll. I went to the safari. I went to the zoo, Safari Niagara. I took some videos of animals and shit. One was of a giraffe that was posted on this channel, and oh fuck, I forgot to mention. Yeah, the day before that, first day, and I fucking hate trampolining back and forth, but I went on the sky wheel in Clifton Hill. I took some pictures of me just like on top of the Ferris wheel, and fuck, parking was like 15 Canadian dollars. Park every time you park anywhere. When you park anywhere, you have to pay money. Uh,
Wait, hello? Hello?
What, did you just connect for a second?
Yeah, it disconnected
Okay.
for the first time this podcast.
Oh my gosh. Hope it doesn't do that again. And we saw like fucking 20
It did it again. Alright, well, I'm gonna wrap this episode up, fellas. It's wrapped up. It's in the goodie bag. The good Degenerate Collective goodie bag is wrapped up. Because I am not gonna sit here for 3 hours again, cutting out every single time everything disconnects. So, have a good day. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Have a good night. It's good. Everything's good.
Are you sure everything is good?
Everything is good. Everything.
Alright, fine.
Everything is good.
As you said.
Life is perfect. There's no reason to kill yourself. There are no benefits to suicide. You shouldn't shoot yourself while jumping off of a building with a chain tied around your neck while you're on fire. Everything is good. It's good.
Everything is good.
And speaking of good, goodbye.